Good afternoon, Arsenal fans. Happy New Year. It's game day away to West Brom later on at 8 p.m. It's a really important game, I think, for this one. Just to go into the FA Cup game against Newcastle. It just would mean if we get a result, there's 3 games on the bounce with a victory. So it breeds positivity moving forward as we start going through into further games. Obviously more important games coming up, but we need to keep the confidence and build the confidence from what it is. Obviously 2 great wins we've had in the league so far, especially the game away against Brighton. So I think this is going to be a test, like I said in my blog on the site. This is going to be a very tough game. It's going to be very physical. Sam Allardyce is going to set his team up very hard to beat and very well drilled. Yeah, their game earlier in the week wasn't the best. West Brom. Obviously, there's still a lot of work to be done by Sam Allardyce. To concede 5 goals against Leeds. It was not a good performance by any stretch. I think it will be tough. We've got a match. We've got to match their endeavour to try and win the game. So if we do that, we'll get the points. And no doubt, if we actually put in a good performance, at a good fast tempo, I don't think there'll be any problem with us getting the win. But the main thing is to focus on the start. We need to make sure that we are knocking the ball around quickly. You look at their games, notably against Liverpool. They drew 1-1 at Anfield, which was a decent result for them. You looked at their lineup and they set up with a back 3, or certainly were playing with what looked like a back 3 with their wing backs, which were then basically going into a back 5 when Liverpool were attacking, with then a 4 and a 5 in midfield, and they're all basically covering the width of the penalty area. So you think 10 people in and around two banks, the space to get in and around, certainly in the middle is it's very very tight. So it's going to be massively important how we actually use the width on the pitch today. I think, in all honesty, how do we use our pace to get behind West Brom and create them problems? If we don't have the width, then we're going to struggle. We're going to struggle to find space and get the meaningful passes forward and through their defence. I don't think we're going to be going more down the middle. I think with us, Saka and Tierney down the wings, I think we're gonna offer some good width in the game. So we know it will be tough with Sam Allardyce. As I say, he will get them fired up. He doesn't really like Arsenal, and it shows from the team's performances against us whenever he joins another club. But I can see our defence staying the same. I know we welcome back Willian and David Luiz onto the bench. Mari and Holding. Holding, I think, has done very well. He's not the finished article, and he gets the job done quietly. That's what I like about those kind of players, where they're not going to set the world alight, but at the end of the day, they're defenders and they're paid to defend, and Holding does defend well. And with Mari coming back from injury as well, he's done very well also. So He needs game time. Say he's played under. Well, I think it's now his sixth game that he's played for the team. So he needs game time to improve as well. Obviously, he's come into the league, and so he needs to have time to actually get used to it all. But I think it will stay the same. I don't think there'll be any changes, but there is the potential that Arteta does maybe look to mix it up a little bit. Obviously, we're going to come into a bit of a physical battle. Does he bring in David Luiz as an experienced head? He's been there, he's done it. He's been in battles. He's there, and it's one of those things where you might see a head, a more of an elder head in there rather than Holding and Mari. But I expect him to stay with the two and keep confidence with those two, because, like I say, over the last two games they've done well, and yeah, I think he will keep faith with them like he did against Brighton. He wanted to keep the faith in the team that he chose as much as he could, which he did. So yeah, I expect them to be the same with no real change. Midfield wise, I know Partey is still out. He'll be out probably until the FA Cup game. That's a reasonable game for him to come back in. There's no need to rush him back again to play, but we want him to be 100% fit and ready to push through for the rest of the season. That's more important. So yeah, El Neni and Xhaka in the middle, keeping an eye on the defence and being a little bit of protection. I think as we become a bit more confident in the way we all play together, we're going to start being able to express ourselves a bit more. You're going to see Xhaka being able to, say, play a pass through the middle or whatever, splitting a defence with a pass. When you haven't got the confidence, those kind of balls aren't that easy. And as a whole, you'll find people wanting to kind of just hide away a little bit to avoid making mistakes. We saw that in the first half against Brighton, where we didn't want to make a mistake. We didn't want to really lose the ball. So yeah, it's one of those things where confidence comes in. We've got to push the confidence on. We've got to draw the confidence in, and then things will start becoming a bit better, and we'll be able to then express ourselves a bit more. And hopefully we'll start seeing the shackles come off a little bit more, because we're not focused solely on other teams, but we can start looking at how we play and how we do things. So yeah, I think those two are pretty decent at the minute. Obviously, we know it's a big talking point at the minute. Now we're into January and start the transfer window. We know that there's going to be new people coming in, but when and where and who is still to be confirmed and decided. We look at this period now. I don't think El Neni has really put a foot wrong. He's come back from his loan spell, and he's done well. So yeah, those two I think will start, and then I think he'll go for a little bit more assurance in the middle, in front of them. I think he'll go for Ceballos, who has a bit more craft and a bit more energy than Smith Rowe. When I say energy, he does buzz around a lot, and he does have a fair amount of muscle. He'll battle around, and he'll use his body a bit more than Smith Rowe. But Smith Rowe is obviously young; he's learning, and he'll add that to his locker. But he buys free kicks, Ceballos, and he can hold the ball and use the ball well. But yeah, I think he'll be better suited to start the game, and then you can then start looking at your Smith Rowes to come on later in the game. In the final three at the top, we've got Aubameyang playing again. I do think he needs a couple of goals to really boost him. I think he's suffered a bit, and we talk about the confidence side of things, and yeah, it was like Lacazette historically about the lack of confidence and whatever. But I think he's now playing with far more confidence than Aubameyang. So they've almost reversed roles. He obviously got a good goal against Brighton, Laka. So I think he'll be down the middle with Aubameyang on the left, and Saka will be on the right. I think that just writes itself, really. To be fair, yeah, nice bit of pace on the right hand side with Bellerin. Maybe there's a good little link up there, but you got Tierney on the other side as well. So it looks good moving forward. But I would then also have Willian obviously on the bench, which obviously is coming back from illness, and then Martinelli. Still, again, we need to protect this guy. He's had a long time out, serious injury, obviously with surgery, so he's going to get game time. But we need to make sure that we're not putting him through too much time or too much game time too early, because the last thing we want is for him to start breaking down, certainly when the business part of the season comes in towards the latter parts, and yeah, that's the last thing we need. So yeah, he'll play a big part coming in later in the game as well. If we've got pace on both wings towards the latter stages of the game, then yeah, I think that's a good avenue for our game, and obviously the key to get our win, because yeah, we're going to need to be decent wide, and the balls coming in wide have got to be decent as well. So yeah, I think overall it's just got to be a solid team performance, and if we're strong and we're powerful, we'll get the win. But we've got to have no one hiding today. Everyone's got to be on it, and quickly. I think we've got to really start fast, and if we start fast, we can put the game to bed. We'll certainly take control of the game. So we saw against Brighton, we could have been a couple of goals down in the first half, but they didn't take the chances, and then we know the rest. We got the win in the second half. But yeah, let's make sure of the game, and let's turn up early and get the game in control. So yeah, my prediction for today, as per my blog, was Arsenal 3, West Brom 1. Yeah, I think we're going to start early. I think we'll have a 1-0 lead in the first half, and then we'll get a second and a third, and then as West Brom go on, they'll get a free kick or a set piece, or certainly towards the latter parts be putting a few high balls into the box, and yeah, customary, we'll probably concede a goal late on. So come on, Arsenal, let's get the win, make it 3 on the trot, and let's keep being supportive to the team. Come on, Arsenal. Cheers, guys.